Motivation and self-discipline are two of the most powerful forces in life. Motivation gives you the spark to start, but discipline keeps the fire burning when the spark fades. The truth is, no matter how inspired you feel today, there will be days when you don't want to do anything. That's where discipline comes in. Success is built not on what you do once in a while, but on what you do consistently. Think about it. Everyone gets excited at the beginning. Starting a new project, a new business, a new fitness plan. It all feels great at first. But excitement fades. The real question is, can you keep going when you're tired, when you're bored, or when you're discouraged? That's the test that separates people who succeed from those who quit too early. Motivation may start the journey, but discipline finishes it. One powerful way to build discipline is by creating routines. A routine removes the need for constant decision-making. When you decide in advance that you'll wake up at a certain time, work on your goals for a set period, and follow through no matter what, you're training your brain to act automatically. Habits are stronger than emotions, and routines make success repeatable even when motivation is low. Another important part of self-discipline is building small wins. Too often, people give up because their goals feel too big. Instead of aiming to change everything overnight, focus on what you can do today. Write one page, run for 10 minutes, or study for half an hour. Small wins create momentum, and momentum builds confidence. Over time, those small steps add up to massive progress. It's also essential to understand that setbacks are part of the journey. Too many people see failure as the end, when in reality it's just feedback. Every time you fail, you learn something about what doesn't work. Self-discipline means standing up again and again, no matter how many times you fall. The strongest people are not the ones who never fail, but the ones who refuse to stay down. To stay motivated during hard times, you need a strong why. Ask yourself, why did you start this journey? Why does it matter to you? A powerful reason can carry you through difficult days when nothing else works. Discipline is the engine, but your why is the fuel. Without it, you'll run out of energy. With it, you'll keep going no matter how many obstacles appear. Another strategy for staying disciplined is accountability. When you tell someone about your goals, or even better, work alongside others, you add an extra layer of responsibility. It's easy to quit when no one is watching, but harder when someone expects you to show up. That's why mastermind groups, workout partners, or even online communities can push you to stay consistent when your motivation is low. Discipline also grows when you remove temptations. If you want to eat healthy, don't keep junk food at home. If you want to focus on work, turn off notifications and create a distraction-free space. Willpower is limited, but your environment can make discipline easier or harder. Design your surroundings to support your goals, and you'll find it much easier to stick to your commitments every day. A mistake many people make is waiting until they feel ready. The truth is, you will never feel perfectly ready. Discipline means acting before you feel like it. If you only work when you're motivated, you'll never achieve anything lasting. Winners act first, and motivation follows later. Action creates energy, not the other way around. Do the work, and the feeling will catch up with you. Remember, motivation is temporary, but identity is permanent. Instead of saying, I want to be disciplined, tell yourself, I am disciplined. Your actions shape your identity, and your identity reinforces your actions. Every small act of discipline is a vote for the person you want to become. When you see yourself as disciplined, showing up no longer feels like a choice. It becomes who you are. It's important to set realistic expectations. Many people quit because they think success should come fast. But discipline means understanding that real change takes time. Building a business, mastering a skill, or transforming your body is a marathon, not a sprint. Don't compare your Chapter 1 to someone else's Chapter 20. Focus on your own progress, and remember, slow progress is still progress. Finally, celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Rewarding yourself for consistency builds positive reinforcement. When you finish a week of sticking to your habits, treat yourself to something that makes you happy. This creates a cycle where discipline doesn't feel like punishment but like growth. The more you associate discipline with positive feelings, the easier it becomes to keep going long term. Another key factor is learning to manage your emotions. Discipline often requires doing things you don't feel like doing. Your emotions may tell you to stay in bed, skip the workout, or procrastinate, but discipline reminds you of your goals. The ability to act despite your feelings is what creates growth. Remember, feelings are temporary, but the results of discipline last much longer. A great way to strengthen self-discipline is through delayed gratification. This means resisting short-term pleasures to achieve long-term rewards. For example, saving money instead of spending it, or studying today to enjoy success tomorrow. The people who achieve the most in life are those who can delay gratification. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you are investing in your future. Visualization is another powerful tool. When you imagine yourself achieving your goals, your brain starts to believe it's possible. This makes discipline easier because you see the end result clearly. Athletes use this technique before competitions, and you can use it in daily life. See yourself finishing the project, passing the exam, or reaching your dream body. The mind achieves what it believes. Remember that discipline is like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it becomes. At first, keeping promises to yourself feels hard, but over time it gets easier. Start small and build gradually. Just like lifting weights, your capacity for discipline grows with consistent practice. The best way to improve is to keep challenging yourself a little more each day. Surround yourself with people who inspire discipline. If your friends are lazy and unmotivated, their habits will influence you. But if you spend time with ambitious, hardworking people, their energy will push you higher. Discipline is contagious. Choose your circle wisely, because your environment shapes your future. If you want success, be around those who demand the best from themselves. Don't underestimate the role of health in discipline. Lack of sleep, poor diet, and low energy make it harder to stay consistent. Your body is the foundation for your success. When you eat well, exercise regularly, and rest properly, discipline becomes much easier. Taking care of your health isn't a distraction from success. It's a requirement for sustaining it long term. Learn to break big goals into smaller milestones. A huge task feels overwhelming, but when divided into steps, it becomes manageable. Each small win brings you closer to your big vision. Discipline means showing up for those small steps every day. Over time, they compound into extraordinary achievements. Remember, big success is nothing more than small discipline repeated daily. Another powerful mindset is to fall in love with the process, not just the outcome. Too many people focus only on the end goal, and when results take time, they quit. Discipline means appreciating the journey. If you enjoy the daily grind, success is guaranteed. The process is where growth happens, and if you learn to value it, you will never feel like giving up. Forgive yourself when you slip. Nobody is perfect. There will be days when you miss a workout, skip a task, or feel unmotivated. Discipline doesn't mean being flawless. It means getting back on track quickly. Don't let one bad day turn into a bad week. Learn from mistakes, reset, and move forward stronger. Progress is about consistency, not perfection. Track your progress regularly. Write down what you accomplish each day, no matter how small. Seeing your progress on paper keeps you motivated and reminds you of how far you've come. Tracking also shows you patterns, when you're most productive, and what habits bring the best results. What gets measured gets managed, and what gets managed improves. Self-discipline also means learning to say no. Every yes to distractions is a no to your goals. Protect your time like it's your most valuable resource, because it is. Say no to excuses, no to laziness, and no to things that don't align with your vision. Success often comes down to what you are willing to sacrifice. Discipline is choosing what matters most over what matters now. Patience is another pillar of discipline. Too often, people expect quick results and quit when they don't see progress. But real success takes time. Just as a tree takes years to grow, your dreams take years to develop. If you keep watering them with discipline, they will grow. Trust the process, even when results are invisible. Your consistency will eventually pay off. One of the strongest forms of discipline is consistency. Success doesn't come from what you do once, but from what you do daily. Show up, even when you don't feel like it. Each day you stay consistent, you are building a foundation that cannot be broken. Over time, your consistency becomes unstoppable momentum that carries you forward to success. Gratitude can also strengthen discipline. When you're thankful for the opportunity to improve, work feels less like a burden. Start each day by remembering what you're grateful for. Gratitude changes your perspective and makes discipline easier. Instead of thinking, I have to do this, you'll start saying, I get to do this. That shift in mindset fuels motivation and resilience. Discipline is freedom. At first, routines and habits may feel restrictive, but in reality, they give you control over your life. When you are disciplined with your time, money, and energy, you gain freedom to live the life you want. Without discipline, life controls you. With discipline, you control life. Freedom is not the absence of rules, it's the ability to live on your own terms. Always remember that progress is invisible before it becomes visible. You may not notice change day to day, but over months and years, discipline creates transformation. Trust the compound effect. Small actions repeated consistently create massive results. The hardest part is staying patient when nothing seems to be happening. That's where discipline keeps you going when motivation fails. When things get hard, remind yourself that struggle is part of the story. Every successful person you admire has faced obstacles, setbacks, and failures. What makes them different is not talent, but persistence. Discipline is the decision to keep moving forward no matter how tough it gets. One day, your story of perseverance will inspire someone else not to quit. Finally, understand that discipline and motivation are lifelong practices. You don't master them once and for all. You strengthen them daily. The journey never ends, but that's a good thing. Because every day you practice discipline, you are shaping the best version of yourself. And the best version of you is unstoppable. Motivation starts the journey, but discipline is what ensures you reach the destination.